Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to Sleuths Investigate. In this episode, I'm going to be covering a cold case from 1975. Through the research, it was noted there may have been or could still be a serial killer near or around the Waverly area in Iowa. Please let us know your thoughts on this case and don't forget to like and subscribe. Born on December 12, 1956 in Fort Ord, California, to Joanne and Lowell Benning, Julia Ann Benning, who went by Julie, was a unique, ambitious, artistic, and very down-to-earth female. She was the oldest out of 5 children in a very loving, tight-knit family. Growing up and working on the family farm, Julie learned the value of a hard-earned dollar and the overall values of working. She loved being outdoors and respected nature. In high school, she was the shy type and attended prom and homecoming with no dates. Even after going on a few dates, she wasn't big into the dating scene and was more focused on drawing, music, and writing. In some of her writings, she even wrote about convicts and life imprisonment and her beliefs about our system. She believed if someone took a human life, they should be punished, but not get life in prison. She was musically inclined as well. She loved the Doobie Brothers and the Eagles. On a family vacation in 1974 to California, she begged her parents to detour to Winslow, Arizona. There, she found the corner, and Julie sang the song Take It Easy. Like mentioned before, she was very artistic. She loved to draw, make paintings, pottery, make her own jewelry, her own clothes, and she created chokers out of bear claws, feather, and beads. In high school, she was in choir, band, and worked as a clerk at a local hardware store. She graduated from Plainfield High School in 1975, but didn't enroll in college that fall due to finances. Instead, she accepted a higher-paying position as a cocktail waitress at the Sur Lounge in Waverly. She was ambitious to save up enough money to attend college. Friday, November 28, 1975, was the day after Thanksgiving. While most people were relaxing and decorating for Christmas, Julie was scheduled to work that night. From some accounts, she had plans to go to a local concert and go dancing after her shift. She was last seen walking on Bremer Street heading towards work. Sadly, she never showed up. The next day, Julie's bosses called the Benning residence, letting the family know she didn't show up for work that night. Worried and having strange feelings about where Julie could be, the family called the police and completed a missing persons report. They also scoured the family farm and places she could possibly be. Sadly, nothing turned up. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. That is until Thursday, March 18th. A county maintenance worker mowing on a dirt road a mile north of Shell Rock discovered Julie's nude, badly decomposed body laying in a ditch. According to the autopsy report, she was sexually assaulted and died from strangulation. Law enforcement interviewed around 300 people in Waverly and surrounding towns. One possible suspect was a man named Gary Frazier, who was on trial for the murder of Sheila Foley in Olvine. It turns out Sheila was at a bar with some of her friends, and Gary was at the same bar drinking with his brother. Sheila eventually ended up in Gary's car and was not seen or heard from for days. She was found on a gravel road, sexually assaulted, fatally ran over with Gary's car, and left nude with clothing items missing. He was eventually found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. According to officials, he was apparently ruled out in Julie's case. It was also found that 2 other females were strangled, sexually assaulted, nude with missing clothing, and left on roadsides or ditches not far from each other in the span of 5 years. Police even received 2 anonymous letters about Julie's murder. The first note was sent shortly after the discovery of her body. It is unclear what all was in the letters. Not long ago, Carol, Julie's sister, was approached by a man who stated he was at the lounge the night Julie was murdered. He stated he had seen her taking money at the front door, and 2 men approached her and a struggle ensued in the hallway. He was then blocked by the 2 men when he was trying to get a better sight of what was going on. He eventually seen who he believes was Julie in a man's pickup truck slumped over and saw a man whom he knew with his hand over Julie's throat and his other hand trying to shield the dome light. He also stated to Carol that clothes were planted in his garage and he threw them out not knowing whose they were at the time, but now believes they could have been Julie's. Sadly, with this newer information, Julie's case is still cold. This November 28th will mark 44 years since Julie Ann Benning was taken too quickly from this earth. If you have any information on Julie's case, please call 712-258-1920 or 515 725 6010.